Happy TESSology Tuesday Dolls. Today is a great day. I'm so excited. First of all, I have my girl, my niece, my ace, my ride or die, my kick it cool, my just everything. She's going to be on here discussing with me and talking about mommyhood and juggling responsibility as a mom and how we're dealing with our kids in the chapter of, actually, I don't know which chapter it is, guys. You know, it's one of the chapters in How to Be a Stay-at-Home Entrepreneur Mom. So we're just going to wing it today, and we're just going to talk about real life situations and talk about how we get through the days. And our days are not as planned all the time. You know, our schedules don't always add up. And, you know, if we get throughout the day, we have accomplished a lot. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on my good friend, once again, my niece, my girl, Jillian Vulcano. And I hope I said her last name properly.
Yes, you did.
Hello, somebody. Jill, girl, say hi to the people.
Hey, people.
Hey, she's here in the building. What's good, Jill?
Huh?
What's good, girl? Let's just talk. Let's get this in.
That we in the land of living with our right minds. Come on, somebody.
lift. Hallelujah. In the midst of it all, regardless of what's going on, we are still moms.
That's right. And in fact, I think it's my kids. There is a... On one hand, I was saying that we did not prepare the kids a lot about the COVID, what's happening. We didn't really teach them. They're not very educated on what's happening. And I thought that was a negative thing. And in times it can be. But what I found is that because the kids are not privy to what's happening, there is an energy that they bring to you, they bring to the table that does help me in this time. You know, that childlike behavior and where the things that as moms we would freak out about, our kids are like, Mom, just, matter of fact,
Yeah. Can you teach it though? Is that something that we could have taught or that we can teach? Because this is brand new for everyone on the globe.
Yeah.
You know, we never really been in this situation, and it's just like, okay, so we're new at this. And it's like, so what is it really to teach? I think we put a lot of pressure on our kids because of what we think they should be. And I don't think it's fair.
It's not. And it does them a disservice. And it causes stress for you as the parent, as the mom, because you put your own expectations of perfection that you have for yourself, unhealthy expectations, and then you put that onto the kids. You're teaching them that. And so the pressure doesn't serve you or your kids,
Right.
So it's
not at all.
We got to be kind to ourselves, be gentle with ourselves in this time. Like you said, we don't know, we've never been in this space before. It's all adjustments for everybody, for the kids included. So my kids have been helping me to get through this. Just, I never knew a fort could bless me.
Talk about this fort. Before we talk about your fort that you created in such an unorthodox space, I do remember times of you when you were younger and your creativity or your jesting and joking of people when they would do certain things. And now you as a mother, you are, you're doing these things too, and you're making it happen. So please tell us about how this fort had come about.
Oh my goodness.
And where was the location of the fort? I don't know if anybody is going to understand and if they can relate, but then again, look, you may start a trend. Girl, go ahead, talk about this fort.
Well, my kids, when they want to play, do their thing, I let them build a fort. I wasn't really, as soon as the pandemic hit, I was uninformed about the severity and all of that. I just became afraid. So I'm like, we're not going outside that much. We're not doing that. So they were relegated to the space of the living room and their rooms and all that. So they were building forts and they were loving it, playing games. I couldn't find the kids one time and I heard a television sound, but the television wasn't on. They built a television with the iPad or whatever they did underneath some fort with chairs and all that. And they were peaceful. And I'm thinking, racking my brain, trying to figure out what can I take them, calling up private party places and all this. So I saw the joy that they were getting. And having with this simple, just something that was creative, so that allowed their mind to get taken off of all the new norms and all of the scary parts of the pandemic. And then they were stretching their creativity and then taking responsibility for their own spaces and how they wanted it to be. So I said, isn't that a mature thing? Let me try this.
Wait, before you do that, can you please tell us their ages?
Yes.
So that people would know. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So I have 3 11-year-old girls and 1 12-year-old boy.
Okay. We're preteen. We're tweening.
We tweening, my Lord. Are we tweening? We are tweening. We're in the I wake up in the morning and I have emotions and I need time. Mother, please, can I have just a few moments? You know, that's where we are with it, just for no reason. So we're there with it. And so since this fort seems to help me with all of that, the tweening, and they get their own spaces and, you know, get the little iPad and little things to do that. I wanted to do my own thing. Now my space, my mom's space, is the bathroom. I don't know about anybody else.
Come on now and testify about mommy's space. That is your mommy's space.
You gotta have it. You listen, moms. You gotta be ready to go to war now. You've got to have your safe bunker, and the bathroom is that for me. So I'm talking about. I set it up, television and all in the bathroom. Okay, all of it. My magazines, my book, everything I need in there. Whiteout. Why do you have whiteout in the bathroom? Because you might be doing an assignment. I don't know.
Yes. Come on, mommy's space. Listen, that. Mommy's space is the bathroom.
Is the bathroom. It's for women of every age and every century, every creed and tongue.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but my kids, man, the older they get, these mommy spaces, now they know. So they will sit outside of your mommy space and commit to talking to you from the crack underneath the door. They'll be sitting there. What do you think about this, mommy? Or knocks on the door. Mommy, can I? So I said, okay. I've got to do something else about my mommy space. So I decided when I went to my garage that I would make a fort of my own.
Yes, fort. Come on.
Yes. And
come on, fort
was made from my totes and my packed boxes that I already had in the garage anyway, and I was just going to repurpose them. I had some things already out there, so I kid you not, I made a femme den, is what they call it. Outside my garage, and I knew that my kids would not come out there. It was kind of cold, so I bought myself some heaters. I mean, I had all this. I mean, it's still out there to this day. It's my space that I go to. I can sit there. I can watch my television. I have a space to read whatever I need. And first of all, putting it together did something and calmed me down. It took the anxiety of the day when it was a project that I gave myself to take my mind off of just being a mom and being there for everybody, but you need your space for yourself, you know? And so I was able to do that, and it was really cool. And I looked like a rock star mom to my kids because they didn't think I could do it, but my creativity served me in that space. You could do it? I knew that.
Okay.
I'm creative.
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And
I love the fact. I'm sorry. I love the fact that you did. I was going to ask you, do you have a picture so that we can tell our viewers here? And
I will provide one with you. I will provide one to you, but I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. A picture. It is out in my garage. I went to the dollar store and got some of those lights. Those little, what you call it? The LED lights you can put. Oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
What do they call it? A femme den?
Femme den. Yes. You know, you have man cave, and then this is called a femme den. Yeah. Feminine den, you know, to go and just
encourage our moms to do this from time to time to, you know, get a new location, because sometimes the bathroom is just not operable, you know.
Well, they found out about it. They know our secrets now. They know where everything is. So yes.
I'm trying to see if that's not a real femdem. I was going to see if I can pull up a femdem just to get our mom something to say, okay, you know what? And sometimes it doesn't have to be the glamour.
No,
it just has some to be some. I need to just go there as a peace of mind. You can just have a wall, a unit, and be like, this is just my space with the divider.
But make it mommy it. Make it yours.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I had things of inspiration, things that that I pull from if I need to be in the space of my mind or just to get myself together. Picture of my grandfather, very close with him. Inspirational quotes. My favorite books are out there. I even had a wet bar out there. Yes, I did. I had it.
A wet bar. Explain to us what a wet bar is.
So you know what a bar is. So I took a I found at their store one of those little it's an old school ice container. Some hotels still have them, but this one was gold and it had a top of lid. It looked very, you know, rustic. So I was like, oh, I need to have this. So I took that, put my drinks in there, some sparkling, whatever you want, my glasses up there, all of that, and I just made it. I just made it my own little thing, my own little space.
I love that. Yeah. I do. I think. Apart from our rooms and apart from even if you have a home office or from anywhere, because I find that children sometimes believe they'll come into your space and then they'll crowd that space, even your office, your room. So that man cave, it was just like, okay, we know that man caves or men caves or man caves are it's known that they're supposed to have, but it's nothing for the mom. And if I hear whatever is for the mom, it's usually the kitchen.
Right.
And I think we're tainted by that term. It's like, oh, women in the kitchen. It's like, no, we need a breather. I need a moment to exhale. I need a moment to say, let me think. Let me think. I mean, no matter if you have one child, no matter if you have 5 kids.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a space
You're
for
still
you.
in demand. Right. And there's a space for us. We need a space.
Especially because it's hard for us to turn off. You know, it's hard to turn off your nature. Like you said, the kids will overtake your space because as moms, that's what we do. Our baby wants to be next to us. We love that. But this is the place where you set boundaries and it is good for you. It is a place where you go to recharge. It's a place that you go to get away. It's a place that you can have to use as a space for your brain, whatever you need, just to press pause throughout your day. And this is good because it's going to help you. Like you said, you know, the kids will overtake it, but you have to have a place where, no, this is for me, you know, just for you. Yeah, you have to have boundaries. You'll need your boundary space. And then this stuff that you love. You like flowers, put some flowers in there.
Listen, all the things that you want and what you desire, you have first. I honestly believe it's a mindset.
Yes.
Because it has, if it's candles, if it's soft music, if it's zen, if it's really just like calming, or sometimes you might just want to go and put a TV and watch your favorite shows without any interruption.
Oh yes.
And all your snacks, your favorite snacks.
Your favorite snacks. You remember what our moms back in the day when our moms they would sit in the kitchen or somewhere else. My grandmother would sit in the kitchen and had a little small box, black and white television that would sit on the edge of her counter and she would watch her stories. And it was her space. She might be peeling potatoes.
I was saying she was doing something
But you know 2 things. Don't you bother her while she's watching.
Yes, exactly.
You sit there, you were quiet and just took it all in her space. And it was something because you were able to see your mom and your grandmother in the space where they weren't cooking, serving anybody. They weren't doing anything to help, you know, anyone else. They weren't figuring out the day's, you know, chores or anything. They were in their own space. And what she was choosing to do at that time was to look at her stories. And because us moms, we don't know how to turn it off, she was peeling her potatoes because she knew she had to cook dinner later. So that was the space. And so I just borrowed from that. And I decided to make my space that space. And my children, if they were going to be there, must be invited. They have to be. Don't feel bad about that.
Appreciate. Thank you for letting us know that it's something that we needed to have because we'll say it, but we won't do it. And sometimes we feel like, and then there are times that you feel like you need to go outside of the home itself.
Yes.
You build your fort, even in your mental fort, your emotional fort, or whatever fort you may have. You build it right in your home and reclaim your space.
Reclaim your space. You have to, because what happens is sometimes we'll put the pressure on our kids. We will tell our kids, we will take it out on our kids because we don't carve out the space or the time that we need to recharge from all that we are doing, all that we are giving out. We then take our frustration out on our children because like we can never do anything. Or what do you need now? All of that. When reality is you as the mom, you are responsible for your mental state, your energy. You're responsible for your energy that you're giving out to your kids. It's not the kids' place. They can't tell you. They are being raised by you. They can't tell you, hey, go spend some time for yourself. They don't know that. They're not going to have that. They're still forming, thought, processes and so forth. So to be able to be responsible with yourself for your kids, carve out this space so that you can just, have a re-up place, a place to go where you're not going to be bothered. You're all right. A place to, even if you need to. Many of the parents don't have a place that they fall apart. They don't want to add more pressure on the kids. This is why you need these spaces, and nothing's wrong with it.
For example, I thought I had my office space while I was recording, and you just still hear all the background noise. So I heard that the background noise. I mean, that's because I was in my space, and everyone has taken up the space, even though they know that. Listen, I am recording. So if you heard that, just go. This is really live, and
So
this is what it is, and I'm not editing anything because this is real life. When you're trying to do, this is
but
it, and it's like.
That real life is the beauty of the time and the moments and space that we're in now, that we find all that we are all in now. Doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. We're all in the same space to where realness is valuable again. I'm like, just what is happening is valuable again. We're in a space that only what matters. So real life happening. This isn't the season for filters and all of that. Folks are living real life and want to know how you doing it. Like, just how are you doing it so good? How are you still looking beautiful and your kids are not missing a beat? Because some people feel like they have to choose. How are you doing that? Yeah. This is a beautiful thing to let us see the real. So I appreciate it. Yeah.
So talking to moms like yourself and other moms who feel the pressure of being a perfect mom, I keep letting people know there are no perfect moms.
Oh, there are none.
There are no perfect moms. And even I don't care how much you exploit your children, how much baking classes, yoga classes, whatever it is that you're out trying to do and say, my kid, I don't care if they got good grades. I don't care whatever it is. There's still no perfect moms.
There are none.
And we need to stop comparing or trying to make our lives like, oh, because that child or that home life is like this and our home life is like this. And then you start comparing like, what am I doing bad as a mom? Because the pressures, the social pressures, or not even social pressures, or there's family pressures. You put on yourself like, oh, my child is not doing that. They're not in these extracurricular activities, or they're not above and beyond according to what we see. Then all of a sudden, you're out here now. There's another pressure on you that's added, and we already have pressures.
Exactly. And you're teaching your children to stress themselves out. You're teaching them, you're introducing them to overworking themselves. You're not teaching them, your product, whatever you produced, it'll be a combination of your choices and how well you take care of yourself. You put your best work when you are feeling your best. When you take time, when we need to teach kids that. We're not teaching them to take on this false identity of, or getting their worth from status or from accolades or awards and things like that. These are good things. And these come naturally from people who live lives and you know what I'm saying? A balanced life, a centered life. And I want to teach my kids not how to be stressful. I think the worst lesson that we ever learned from the generation before was Superwoman.
The S on your chest, no crying. You can't really show your emotions. Be independent. And you have to carry all this weight on the world. And for what?
Struggle. Just
and
survive.
That is such probably the most asinine I can say thought process that was instilled into a lot of women. I don't need you. I'm independent. I can do my own thing. No, ma'am. I think it has spilled over
Yes.
so much to where it's like the reality of it when you see yourself, it's like, do I really believe that?
Right. You know, we talk about toxic masculinity, but it's not often that you hear toxic femininity. We don't hear about that. To me, I would get the advice if I'm crying because I got school and kids and get the dinner, or you want to do this, and then I feel maybe I ate too much, I feel some type of way, all the kind of thing, right? I was taught, suck it up, do what you need to do. Your feelings don't matter. Be there for the kids. You're first, your last. Go see your children and your husband and your household. And if you don't know how to make bread, you're not a woman. All this kind of stuff. And the reality is those things almost took me out. It made me hate the very thing that I prayed for, that I want to be and to do. And so I just realized that I don't subscribe to that anymore. A super mom, a super woman is someone who understands the boundaries, someone who respects herself enough to know that I give you my best self when I make sure that myself, me.
That's right. Your whole.
Thank you. That's right.
Your whole self that you're able to give.
That's right.
And realize that, okay, I need this time. I need to understand that I don't have it all together. And I'm okay with not having it all together.
That's right. I'm okay with that. And the beauty of not having it all together and your kids are present, you are teaching them how to navigate a real life with real systems that they can create to do life the way that they can. A life that works out for them. A life where they are free to dream. If you don't carve out the space for your imagination, how can you make it a reality? And that's just reality.
That was great.
Yeah.
Jill, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You don't carve out the space of your dream,
imagination.
For your imagination, how can you make it a reality?
Yes, that's the idea of a fort. That's what kids do. That's the first lesson a child, adolescent, to me, that they get hands-on to build their reality, what they want. And many of us adults have to do the same thing. Yes.
Reclaiming your peace, reclaiming your space, reclaiming the whole idea of knowing that when to stop.
Yeah.
That's another thing. When to stop or when I've had enough, because guess what? Mental health wouldn't be on the rise. Heart disease would not be on the rise. A lot of these ailments and issues that are going on, it would not be.
Nope.
I've heard so many different notions and myths about being at home, being a stay-at-home mom, that you have all the time in the world, or right. And I'm like, it's such the opposite. Being a stay-at-home mom is you're the busiest.
Yes.
You are the busiest, and no offense to those moms who are working, but being a stay-at-home mom, you realize and find out that you are doing everything just to try to keep it together.
Yeah.
And I tell Al, come get your kids.
Oh, yes.
Please. Oh, please come get. Look, it's not like, oh, we over here and it's everything. Come and get them.
Oh, yes.
Please come and get everybody. Yes. I just need a breather.
Yes. Tag you in. Yes.
Yeah. And it's okay to feel that way. You're not a bad mom. You're
not a bad mom at all for that. Not at all. And especially right now, it's the stay-at-home mom right now. It got a bad rep. It was a sector of women that decided they wanted to stay home. That is their career choice. They decided to do that. And they got, you're just a, homemaker, Susie homemaker, or whatever. Leave it to Beaver and all of this.
Right.
No. Right now, though, the jokes that were given out towards that lifestyle, now people are asking, how do you do it? Especially in the time where everyone is at home and forced to be at home. How do you run it now? How do you manage it? And so now, stay-at-home moms unite. And
listen,
they're the source now. Now they're the plug. They're the plug to how to manage your family, your space, your time, and your children at the same time. Mothers are becoming teachers now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're homeschooling.
Have always been teachers.
Always, exactly, like yourself. You're a business owner, a teacher, educator, curriculum builder, consultant. Come on now. Academic mentors.
Doctor, nurse, mentor,
all of that.
Friend.
And the people, I don't know why they just relegated it to mommyhood, but stay-at-home moms also they don't just mother the children, but they are a spouse.
Yeah.
You're meeting the emotional needs of your own children and then your partner.
Listen, one, to take that up a notch, it's like God knew what he was doing. He created a woman. He had to. We compartmentalize great, and we can, what they say, we can manage tasks, multitask, but at the same time, we can manage it, but we don't sit here and put up the fist again and say, I'm a superwoman because we want to do it. No, sometimes that pressure needs to come off of us because the responsibilities and the delegation needs to go everywhere.
That's right.
It has to go everywhere.
That's a tool, what you said. I wish
you
you
don't need to do everything.
I wish you could highlight the power of delegation as a stay-at-home mom. I know you talk about that. You all, if you haven't gotten her book already, please get it. But managing time and organizing your family, it is also managing your sanity.
Yes, it is.
Delegation does not say you're weak. It is the essence of a good leader. You like, okay, what I was doing,
girl.
I'm telling you, I didn't have it. You shared with me something powerful. You like, excuse me, you have 4 kids and you getting off the phone, we're having a good conversation to go and do some dishes. You got 4 children.
Right.
A washer, a rinser, a dryer, and a putter-upper. Come on now, delegate.
Ma'am, put her upper. Come on, put her upper. Listen, because the idea and the notion of who a mommy should be, or the term mommy, has been painted or in this box diabolically of, okay, this is what a mom is supposed. Girl, I rebuke all of that.
Yes.
No, everybody should help around the house because everybody live here.
That's right.
It's not a mommy's job, or it's not a dad's job to be just in the yard or to even do whatever. Everybody should have, you should delegate responsibilities all the way around.
Absolutely. Because as a family, it is very important that we say all hands in. That's family. That's the essence of family. And one of a mom's jobs is to make sure that your children understand and feel, live in, and experience the beauty of family. And so because of that, to coming together, everybody doing their part is important. The moment moms, whoever you are ready to take on the whole thing on your shoulders, you are teaching your kids that they're not a part of the family. You're taking away the muscle that is being built and stretched in your kids, but even to leadership. So when they leave your house and this is how you're going to operate, what are your children going to do? They're going to say, oh no, love or motherhood is interpreted as mommy does it all.
And you're teaching them that you can carry the weight of the world. You don't need anybody.
No, and that's not.
And that is something, right? Everyone needs someone. And
we all do.
Everyone, a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. We all need someone to help us through. And what we are doing as our children are watching us, because trust me, they watch everything that is going.
I'm telling you,
they may not say a lot of things, but their mannerisms and their characteristics, the attribute starts to show, and you're like, okay, that's attention. They're paying very much attention.
Oh yes. They're paying attention, and they're paying attention to your consistency or lack of that.
Or lack of. That's a great segue, because that also takes me to how once we're tired, do we say we're tired, or do we keep going as moms? And how do we say that we're tired, or how should we implement our days of rest? Or that, should the delegation go too far to where you don't have any reign on your home? Like, you delegated so much that you're not doing anything as a mom. Or how do we separate that and make sure that there's an equal balance in the home?
These are good questions. And some of these I'm still working out.
It's a trial and error. It's a trial and error, because what may work for me, it may not work for you. Won't work for you. May not, because schedules, what I thought, because I'm like, oh, Crystal Allen Chase were really good. They were dynamic schedule keepers. I mean, were they really, or was it to the fact that you made it work but they're not? That's not what it was for them, because I scheduled it. It may have started at 5, but what I had on paper did not constitute what was really going on from 5 to 11. Everything changed all the time.
Yes. Flexible.
It changed. So there you go, flexibility. We have to be flexible.
We have to. And a beautiful thing that stay-at-home moms, that mommies are able to do, especially when you're hands-on with your kids in this way, is you tailor make your life's experience, your timetable, your schedule according to your family's makeup. Your family has a personality as well as individual personalities of your kids and your spouse and your partners, you know, like, and you can tailor it to that because that matters. You know, and we remember, you always say, you'll be kind to yourself. You always say that, be gentle with yourself, because we're all growing, we're learning, and we don't know. That gentleness is going to come into a major role in this, you know, in motherhood. It just is. Knowing that you may not get it right, knowing that you may have to change your schedule, knowing that if little Tommy is not getting up right now because 5 o'clock is too early for him, he's exhausted, you know, then you can change it so the baby Tommy can be the best that he can be, and that works for you. It is what it just works for your family. And don't compare how you do it to someone else's, because every family has a fingerprint, and there will never be another fingerprint like yours. You can't manufacture it. You have an identity that is it's just yours. It's just yours. And so to compare, that's a lot of energy, mommy, it's too much. Between laundry, my husband, my kids, and my school, and my own thoughts, I don't have time for the comparison. It's too much energy. It's too much.
So, I guess just knowing that you can change your schedules, mommy.
Yes.
It's okay. Alter your schedules. Alter your times. Alter the whole template. It's all right, because you don't have to be book. It doesn't have to go line by line, precept by precept. Nope. Because it's not going to work all the time, and then there are circumstances and changes that are going to come. So even if they don't eat, all kids are not hungry in the morning when they want to. They're not. When they wake up, they don't want to eat. But we're taught that you get up, go eat your breakfast, and if they're not hungry, then okay, just wait until they're hungry. But I hear culturally that we've adopted as a Black culture or the African American culture that you've adopted this now because now you're acting like another culture because now we're letting our children do whatever. I'm like, no, it's just that that may not be the dynamics from my home, but my child's not ready to eat, then they're not ready to eat. Or if they don't want all of their food.
Yes, exactly.
They don't have to eat all of their food.
We don't. And I don't subscribe to that. I do subscribe to being thankful, grateful. I'm not making 6 and 7 different pots of food. No.
Right. Oh, that won't happen.
Exactly. But I do subscribe to the reality.
Hey, this is Contessa Jackson. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.